Fortifeye.com. That's Fortifeye.com. Or call 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. And at Fortifeye.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Michael Lange, board-certified optometric physician and certified nutritional specialist, and the founder of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. I've hosted the very popular Ask the Doctor program since 1993. I educate you on the latest advancements and natural approaches to eye disease and total body wellness. I'm Dr. Michael Lange, helping keep America fit and healthy.
The Lange Eye Institute in the Villages and the Fortifeye Nutrition Center on McMillan Booth Road in Clearwater. Online at Fortifeye.com. And listen to Ask the Doctor Saturday morning at 9 on AM 930 The Answer.
Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I am your host, Dr. Michael Lange, as usual, ever since, what is that, April of 1993. So this is a live call-in show dedicated to you, the listener. So no matter how simple or complicated your questions are, I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. And the show is called Ask the Doctor. I'm a board-certified optometric physician. I'm a certified nutrition specialist. I founded Lange Eye Care & Associates March 15th of 1993 in Ocala, Florida. We grew to 14 locations and 3 LASIK surgery centers, and the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida is where I hail from now. I'm also the founder and CEO and lead investigator for the Fortifeye Vitamin Company. Our motto is right science, right ingredients, right for you. We're a fully transparent supplement company based on the latest in nutritional research. And once again, this is a live call-in show. If you've got a question, give me a call. I should say give us a call, and I'll tell you who my guest is this morning and co-host. The number is 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. You can also come to the Lange Eye Institute and see myself or Dr. Lori Caputi, Dr. Susan Somerton, who usually co-hosts the show with me, but she's off doing some political eye care stuff right now. And you can also go to the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida for all of your vitamin needs right there on State Road 200. The Fortifeye Nutrition Center for your vitamin needs in Clearwater right on McMillan Booth Road. And, of course, the Lange Eye Institute if you have any eye care needs with a nutritional twist. So my welcome guest and co-host, who's no newbie to talk radio, is Roger P. Schulman, a local radio news talk celebrity. And he used to co-host this show with me years ago. Good morning, Roger.
About 15 years. Good morning, Doctor. Nice to be here once again.
You remember when Ask the Doctor was a daily talk show every day, even on Sundays?
Yeah, it was 6 or 7 days a week back then. And occasionally you'd be a little late and I'd start the show and we'd either get you on the telephone from the vehicle or you'd make it in. Sometimes the traffic was a little heavy, but we got through it and had a good old time.
And back then with all of the locations, I actually took a little vacation every now and then with the family. So some of the other doctors would kind of co-host Ask the Doctor,
Yes.
and you'd hold their hand through it, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would. It was a lot of fun, though. We had a great time back then. And we're having a great time now with the Saturday show, too.
Absolutely. In Salem Media, we got a great studio in here, and we're live video streaming all over the world. So a lot of people over in Europe are watching us right now, live video streaming. And we're on a ton of podcast channels. And the show has really grown to the number one longest running live, now I got to say live, medical talk shows in the country.
And congratulations on that. That came out in the last year, and that was quite an amazing accomplishment.
Really is. So I'm going to take this opportunity to invite people to our party that we're having at the Lange Institute. We always have a fall festival every year, but now we're going to start doing an early spring or late winter festival, and it's going to be our Mardi Gras Extravaganza. So this is at the Lange Institute, and we're doing it February 21st. So we're inviting everybody early. People come from all over. We're going to have big tents set up. We're going to have Zydeco music. That's Cajun music. We're going to have jambalaya. That's Cajun food, New Orleans style food with a little twist. We're going to have the hot sauce on the side, so it won't be too spicy for everybody. We're going to have floats. We're going to have a contest. Whoever has their golf cart decorated the best for a Mardi Gras float. We're going to have Mardi Gras float awards and also best costume. So we're all going to dress up. We're going to have huge discounts on Fortifeye vitamins, on frames. We'll have all the frame vendors there. We'll have some holistic doctors setting up. So everybody come on out for the first annual Mardi Gras Extravaganza at the Lange Institute in the Villages. Maybe you'll come.
I might just shoot up there from the Tampa area. It's not that far.
You can sign some autographs.
I don't know if anybody's going to want that, but definitely have some fun up there.
And I think Tony's going to be there.
Oh,
Tony, maybe Tony will call in today. You know, he's lost a lot of weight.
Amazing amounts.
Tony went from 520, 530 pounds to about 260 pounds, and he's building muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's listening, I hope he's going to call in because he just recently shared with me his improvement in his blood test as he's lost his weight. So, you know, the power of weight management cannot be underestimated. I always tell people the number one thing you can do for your New Year's resolutions, if you're overweight, is get down to your ideal body weight. It's the number one thing you can do. Think about it for blood pressure, for depression, for arthritis, for eye health, believe it or not, for macular degeneration, glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, diabetes itself, even cognitive decline. All of it can be associated with having a little bit excess body fat. So for your New Year's resolutions, they should still be going full swing. Everybody needs to get down to their ideal body weight. And how do you do that? You know, lower calories, eat a little less, and exercise a little more. It's simple math.
Cutting the calories and getting moving. You've gotten me moving quite a bit, and that seems to have made some improvements as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you have done amazingly well, Roger. You know, I've known you for a long time, and you're stronger now in your 70s than you were when I knew you, 20 years ago. In the gym, you are pretty powerful.
And I attribute that to the fact that you forced me to go to the gym, number one, and get me off the chair. And secondly, the supplements that you have given me through the years have really helped, particularly of late. And I let's see if I've got this. I put all the supplements in one bottle.
There you go.
And then eat them.
Swallow them.
Yeah, through the day at various meals. And it seems to work very well that way. You don't have to carry a bunch of bottles around in the car and that kind of thing. And it works very well that way.
Right. You're on a culmination of the Fortifeye vitamins. One thing I've noticed, though, with you, you've gotten a lot stronger since you've been taking the Fortifeye Creatine MyHMB vitamin D supplement. And you mix it oftentimes, and we pre-mix it often as we go to the gym, with the vegan super protein.
Ah, yes, the thimble. One day, Dr. Lange gave me a very small sample of it. We were testing it for taste, and we went from the store over to the gym, which is fairly close. And suddenly I was lifting weights. I wasn't lifting my normal 20 pounds. I had the Lange 60-pound weight there. And I was kind of shocked myself. Yeah. That little thimble seemed to have launched me into a great deal more energy. So
right, and that was works. A combination of the it was the Fortifeye vegan super protein, which has the velocitol in it, gives you a lot of energy, and it had the Fortifeye Creapure creatine. Remember, that's German creatine, MyHMB, which is a metabolite of leucine, and vitamin D. And the combination of that really gives you an amazing synergy to give you energy and power and then help you build muscle when you're recuperating. And with that, we got to get loaded up. We're going to go to Natasha first. Natasha in Ocala. Good morning, Tasha.
Good morning. How are you guys today?
Fabulous. And how are you?
I am so freaking excited. Dr. Lange, you know we have an amazing event coming up. We're going to be in Winter Park tomorrow.
I almost forgot. What are we doing tomorrow?
So we are actually a sponsor for the IMED. It's an IMED conference in Winter Park. It's going to be amazing. It gives us a huge opportunity to be in front of 100 or so different doctors and to explain to them the importance of nutrition and how they can value it to their patients and bring it within their practices.
That's what my note was next to the bed when I woke up. Tammy got up early this morning and went and did hot yoga early this morning. There's a little note. Make sure you go to Winter Haven this afternoon.
Yes, exactly. And I'll make sure you have the address. That way you're on time.
Yes,
I'm excited.
please text me the address to the hotel. That's right. That's right. The IMED conference is tomorrow, but we'll get there today. We'll get set up, the Fortifeye vitamin booth. And that's Tasha. For those of you, Tasha wears many hats for my organization. She is our lab manager. She makes the glasses. She's an optician. So she helps you with the glasses, helps you select and fit them. And she's also an integral part of the Fortifeye vitamin team. She travels with Fortifeye vitamin and meets with doctors from all over the country at conferences and helps us, educate the doctors on how to teach their patients, lifestyle changes and how to teach them to take the proper supplements and stop putting the poison in their bodies that could be not only causing accelerated aging in their eye, but even things like colorectal cancer that we may talk about more in just a minute.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I enjoy it very, very much. And just being able to talk one-on-one with other doctors and just share the experiences that I've had personally. I've lost 67 pounds myself, and it's all just been hard work and really good fuel for my body. Amazing vitamins, great proteins, and, all of that really goes hand in hand together. So,
yeah, Tasha, you've done amazingly well. I compliment you all the time. You're a beautiful woman inside and out. And you've always been a beautiful person, but now you're also healthier because of that weight loss. And you're going to live.
Yes, I feel better.
To 110 at least.
Yep. I feel a lot better, and I thank you for that.
Well, Tasha, I appreciate the call.
Good morning, Roger.
She said, "Good morning, Roger."
Oh,
and you guys have a beautiful day.
thank you, Tasha.
All right, thanks for letting me know about this conference. I'm sure I would have figured it out, but thanks for the update. Have a great day.
Hey, you never know, right?
All right. You're all listening to Ask the Doctor and Roger P. Schulman. Give us a call at 877-969-8600. We're getting ready to take the next call in just 1 second. I do want to mention, we do have a BOGO underway, and you guys have been taking advantage of it. I mean, we've sold tons of this stuff for the Fortifeye Vegan Super Protein, but I'm going to tell you, Monday is the last day. And it would be today, but my webmaster is out of town and he won't be in town until Monday. So you better take advantage of it. The Fortifeye Vegan Super Protein. It's a BOGO. That means you buy one, get one free. Use the promo code in the promo code section at checkout. And it's Vegan BOGO. Vegan BOGO. I like the salted caramel mocha. That's my favorite. I think that's your favorite too, Roger.
That's my favorite, yes.
You have it in the morning.
Yes, I do.
And it helps you do the radio show, doesn't it?
Actually, it does. I mix it with coffee, and it's great.
Good. So take advantage of it. Monday, I guarantee, I don't know what time Monday. It's probably early in the morning on Monday. The BOGO will go away, and you have to pay full price. So Fortifeye Vegan Super Protein or Super Vegan Protein. Use Vegan BOGO as the promo code. Buy one, get one free. Remember, this is one of the only vegan proteins in the world that has a PDCAAS score of 1. That's like whey protein. It's upcycled. There is no rice. There is no chia. Remember, rice is high in arsenic. Chia is high in cadmium. We add velocitol to it, which is amylopectin and chromium. It doubles the amino acid power. You can buy as many as you want. A lot of people are buying 10 at a time. They will not expire. If it says expiration date is in the summer, they're good for a couple of years after that easily. So don't worry about that expiration date. As long as you don't keep it in the trunk of your car, you will be fine. All right. And if you want to go to the website, it's Fortifeye, That's
Nothing,
F-O-
nothing from China.
That's right.
From China.
Nothing from China. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Fortifeye, Fortifeye.com. If you look at any vegan protein you're buying at the local stores and you get the certificate of analysis, the COA, and look at country of origin, it is China. It may say made in America, but the proteins are coming out of China. Our pea protein comes from Canada, and our barley protein comes from America. So, and it's fully transparent. We tell you exactly what's in it. All right. Phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. Let me give you the number for Fortifeye vitamins. I'm going to give it to you twice, 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746, or simply go to Fortifeye.com. Remember, I'm an eye doctor, so it's a play on words, E-Y-E. Fortifeye, Fortifeye, Fortifeye.com. We can make a song to that. All right, let's go to one of our old but goody callers. I think it's Steve in Clearwater. Steve,
Yes.
good morning.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, well, it's real fuzzy. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, I made Roger P. Schulman your communications director, and today I'm appointing Latasha as your Secretary of State for the Lange Eye Clinic. That will be her, and of course, Tammy is the First Lady. I'm trying to give people titles similar to the successful cabinet that President Trump is having.
Very
and
political.
I'll be making more appointments in the future. Did you say you were going to mention colon cancer today?
Yes, we are. In fact, we have a study and some very interesting figures that have come out. Perhaps you'd like to throw in something, Steve.
Well, I'll throw it in. There is a drug on the market. It's an NSAID. It's just like ibuprofen or Aleve or anything. It's a drug. It's very inexpensive. It's been around for years. It's called Sulindac. So after the program, if you would look up SULINDAC, colon cancer, they found out that people who took Sulindac didn't get colon cancer, and especially the type that is the hereditary FAP, familiar polyposis or whatever it is. So that would be interesting. And one other point, I found out something very interesting this week. You remember how you talked about how large doses of vitamin C can lower eye pressure?
Right.
I didn't realize that vitamin C cannot go through the retinal barrier. It can only take in dehydroascorbic acid, and then it reduces it back to ascorbic acid after the eyes. And there's it uses the glucose transporter to get into the eye, which means that would explain why it would lower lower eye pressure. Doesn't that seem right to you? What do you think, or am I full of it?
There's a lot of vitamins that people take that do not cross the blood-retinal barrier or the blood-brain barrier. And so it's interesting. That is interesting. And the exact mechanism of how, elevated vitamin C lowers intraocular pressure, I have some documentation of that, and I would I think it helps increase aqueous scleral outflow. I don't think it actually decreases aqueous production, but that's something that I'll have to research a little bit more. I'm glad you brought that up, Steve.
Yeah, well, just look up on the computer, can vitamin C cross the brain, what do they call it, retinal brain barrier or whatever they call it? I can't remember.
Yeah, blood-retinal barrier.
You actually can't
I was planning on going to the computer. I wasn't going to go to the library and look at an encyclopedia. Does anybody use encyclopedias anymore?
Yeah, they use them as doorstops.
Yeah, I think they're. Well, what's amazing is if you look in the encyclopedia, sometimes the old ways of looking at things are forgotten. We forget old knowledge. We think all our modern AI and all this stuff, but those people back then didn't have those things. And sometimes you get a lot of wisdom, not as much knowledge as we have now, but you actually have more wisdom in the old ways. So don't give up your encyclopedias.
All right, Tony. With that, we're going to have to roll, buddy. We got a lot of people loading up.
Okay, God bless you.
All right, Steve. Thanks for the call. Bye-bye. All right, we're listening to Ask the Doctor and Roger P. Schulman. We're getting ready to take another call in just a second. You're biting at the bit there, Roger.
Well, Steve did bring up something that is of interest that was in the news this week, as a matter of fact. Recently, it was reported the leading cause of death in younger people has become colon and rectal cancers. And this has been on an upswing for the past 20 years, a big upswing by about 22%. And this is particularly in adults 30 to 39. This is a disease that was particularly prevalent in people in their 60s and maybe 70s, not in young people. And it's been a very alarming trend. Researchers believe environmental and lifestyle factors contribute, with increased consumption of highly processed foods, sugary drinks, sedentary lifestyles, smoking, and vaping. It's all linked to increased inflammation, and it's causing this very disturbing colorectal cancer that has hit young people. And gut microbiome changes in gut bacteria potentially caused by diet or overuse of antibiotics may be allowing tumors to develop.
It's absolutely correct. Colorectal cancer, if I recall, is the second leading cause of cancer death in the country for everybody. Lung cancer being number one.
Yes.
But for men, especially, men, listen up, men under 50, it is the leading cause of cancer death. But it is up significantly, like you said, in the young population.
Yes.
So the question is why and what can we do about it? And that's what this show is all about. So I'm glad you brought that up. You said that dietary changes would be very beneficial. Think about it.
Absolutely.
All the ultra processed foods, think about it. All the preservatives, the nitrites that are in foods. So try to eat, grass-fed, organically raised beef, right? Free range, organically raised chickens, free range eggs, wild salmon, not farm raised. So diet, once again, comes into huge play. Increased sugar. All the kids are eating sugary foods. They don't have fiber in their diet. How many kids are eating lots of vegetables and fruits, getting natural fiber? All right.
Eat an apple once in a while. That's something that actually has some substance to it.
And then what happens when you're eating a lot of sugary foods with no fiber and ultra processed foods and you're not exercising? You become obese.
Exactly.
And we're going to be talking about that. I think Tony's going to call in because he's here listening right now. So he'll be calling in and we're going to talk to Tony in just a second. So obesity is also linked to colorectal cancer in young people. So a sedentary lifestyle, right?
Yes.
So what happens when you're a sedentary lifestyle? Insulin resistance, right? People become diabetics. So that's why weight management is so important. And when you're eating all this garbage food, you're taking overly supplied antibiotics, which are not only in the food that you're eating, but you're going to the doctor and they're prescribing antibiotics left and right. Then your microbiome gets disrupted, all right? Also, then if you're trying to lose weight, you're going on artificial sweeteners, right? Because there's no calories. Boom, sucralose, aspartame, asulfide potassium. Those are linked, I think. Now, I don't know of any double-blind placebo-controlled studies. Most of them are animal-based studies, but also potentially linked to colorectal cancer. And that's probably because that definitely disrupts the microbiome again, the gut.
And the alcohol consumption, the binge drinking until you're unconscious, that is very bad. And of course, vaping and smoking is very, very prevalent now. Smoking has been coming back, which is a little alarming.
No, they need to stop smoking and stop vaping. And you know what happens with too much booze? Alcohol turns into a carcinogen called acetaldehyde. So acetaldehyde is one of the reasons for that. So if you want to have an occasional glass of alcohol, that's fine. Same thing when you're cooking your foods out on the grill. You don't want to char it and make it black. That's a carcinogen. So think about this now. Environmental exposures, cell phone towers.
Well, the cell phone, you have a radio transmitter. And where is your phone when you're walking around? Right next to your genitalia and your colon and rectum.
Right. People put a laptop on their lap. Yeah. They put the cell phone right down there. The iPad right down there. Or you're an electric car sitting on top of a battery.
Or you're sleeping in bed and the thing is under your pillow.
Right.
And that exposure, although there are no studies that show it does actually do anything horrible, it really can't be good.
No, I agree. And I think that's definitely a big risk. Like I said, no double-blind placebo-controlled studies, but I would keep the cell phone and any cellular device, any digital device away from the boys and the girls down there. So what can we do? Is there any foods that we can eat that may benefit? So that's what we talk about in this show, right? So yes, eating more fiber. We need to get about 40 grams of fiber a day, at least 25 grams of fiber, but you want to get fiber through organic berries, okay? Some vegetables. You can do lentils. You can do organic steel-cut oats. You can do flax. I don't love chia because of the cadmium. So that's a way you can get more fiber. Cruciferous vegetables, also high in fiber, but cruciferous vegetables have been shown to be beneficial as an anti-cancer type of environment. So broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, and then omega-3. We talk about omega-3 on this program all the time. We talk about the reesterified triglyceride form of omega-3 being beneficial. I always say if you only took one supplement, it should be a good omega-3, and there's not many good omega-3s on the market. So remember, it has to say RTG or TG form. So eating wild Alaskan salmon, sardines, anchovies, even walnuts do convert a little bit to omega-3, not a lot. And then polyphenols have been shown to be anti-carcinogenic in certain cases. Things like berries, green tea, even olive oil, curcumina, turmeric are very powerful in polyphenols. And then avoid all the processed meats, all the sugar, all the booze, the alcohol. Eat more fermented foods, okay? Things like kimchi and kefir and yogurt and sauerkraut. And then you can get prebiotics, believe it or not, from onions and garlic and asparagus. So these things are all beneficial. And the final phase is take your weight off and do a little more exercise.
And a lot of people who have knee problems and ankle problems, when they lose weight, those problems disappear.
Well, we're going to talk to Tony about that because he's lost a lot of weight. And I think Tony's on hold. But before we take Tony, let me give you the toll-free number. If you got a question regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic, give us a call at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. And you can learn more about the supplements we talk about at Fortifeye.com or call toll-free, even on Saturdays, 866-503-9746. Let's go to my good friend Tony in Dunellen. Tony, good morning. Well, Tony went to the bathroom. He got tired of waiting. It's been a whole problem. We'll put Tony on hold just for a minute, and we'll see if we can retrieve Tony in a second. So I'm glad you brought that up, colorectal cancer.
Yeah, it's frightening. And they're calling it, Doctor, turbo cancers because they come on very fast in an advanced state, an alarmingly advanced state. It's not slow moving like it is in people in their 70s and 80s. It is a advanced cancer. And one of the reasons young people delay the diagnosis, they assume symptoms are harmless, leading to significant delays in getting medical treatment and prevention and maintaining a healthy weight, diet, exercise routine, limiting alcohol, and don't smoke and vape is good. But if you have a problem, and a lot of younger people don't have decent insurance, that's a big problem in this country. And they say, oh, if I go to the doctor, it's going to cost money and I don't have any money. And then it gets to be really bad. And they show up in an emergency room and they said, well, you've got colorectal cancer and it's advanced. And that's scary. Very, very scary. And I don't know the answer.
Well, the key is early detection. Yeah, it really is. All right, I think we got Tony back. Let's go back to the phones. Tony and Dunellen, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you today?
Good morning.
Fantastic. And how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. So I want to expound on something that Roger P. Schulman was talking about where you place your phones. Women are notoriously known to place the phone inside the bra as a cell phone home.
Very much so.
That's horrible. Leaking all the radiation and stuff, and what do you have it next to? The breasts, which is a huge issue.
Keep it off of your body. Keep it off your body, and if it is on your body, put it on airplane mode.
There you go. So the reason I'm calling in today is because I told you last time that I was down there that I had to go for my blood test for 3-month blood test, and it came back. And in September, my blood sugar A1C was 6.9. This time in January, it's 6.4. My glucose went from 137 to 112. And that puts me right on the border between diabetes and pre-diabetes. So for someone my age and weight, it's absolutely moving in the right direction.
Tony, Before
suggests
you
that
started this
my
weight
diet-
loss, tell them what your hemoglobin A1C was.
14.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
And tell everybody how many pounds you've lost in the last 2 years.
I went from over 520 was my known highest weight, but I know I was over that, and I'm now 284 pounds.
And we're showing some pictures of you now, before and after pictures on live stream. And there's a picture of you in a tank top, and you are building muscle now. And there's a picture of you standing next to me. Look how thin Tony looks. We're in the clinic. Tony's 6'5". I'm a little under 6 foot, but you can see Tony is building some muscle. You're on, the Lange survival diet. You're taking the Fortifeye supplements. You're building muscle, which is filling in all that sagging skin now. So we're helping minimize you needing any type of, surgery.
That's what I'm hoping. The more muscle I can build, the less pain I have to go through healing up for the surgery, for sure.
Tony, when
So
you
let
were
me expound on the rest
520,
of this.
when you were 520 pounds, you were in a wheelchair, weren't you?
I wasn't in the wheelchair all the time, but that was like my mode of feeding. It was the biggest, most comfortable chair that I had. So I actually had it sitting at the dining room table. I was working on the car that day with the picture with me holding my phone. I was ordering parts from my hot rod, and I was just the only chair that I would fit in. Forget about wood chairs. I would break them or bend the metal and turn it into recyclables instantly.
Right.
But now you walk around normally.
Oh yeah, I walk in. I go someplace now. I'm no longer the biggest guy. I don't see the people snicker and start, oh my God, look at the size of the guy that just walked through the door. And then everyone else's eyes scan the room until they lock eyes with mine. That hasn't happened to me in like 2 years.
That must be amazing.
It really is. And Tony, you've converted your garage into a gym, and you've got just about every piece of equipment to help build your body back.
Yeah, I got a 2-car garage that I rid it up of everything because it just got too cold out in the Lange to work out anymore, grabbing all that cold metal. And, with the sub-Arctic temperatures that we've had here in the 30s and 40s, I'm not used to this down here. So I moved it inside, and I've just been attacking it. My wife got me a power cage for Christmas. I sold off my first universal machine that helped me, start doing the weight resistance training. And then I just outgrew it. So now I got a power rack system in there with like 17 different stations, and I just abused that thing.
Well, Tony, it's working. You're a fat-burning, anti-aging, muscle-building machine, and the images that we're showing everybody throughout the world right now just prove it. It's amazing. I am super proud of you. And I like to say that I've definitely been a part of this, and I have enjoyed helping you. We're going to help you continue to get down to the leanest, most healthy body possible so you can enjoy your life and enjoy your family. And I predict until you're 109, 112 years of age. How's that sound?
That sounds like a plan to me.
All right, Tony. Thanks for the call. And we got to have you back in the studio soon so we can have you live where Roger's sitting right there and have a whole show talking about some of the amazing things we can do through proper diet, proper supplementation, and exercise. All right?
I'm hoping to see all these people at the festival, the Mardi Gras festival. I got my outfit. I'll be dressed to the nines, and I'm ready to roll.
I can't wait to see you tear up the dance floor, Tony. Hey, thanks for the call, my friend.
All right. Have a good day, gentlemen.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's a pretty amazing, amazing story.
It is. And the fact that he could not sit in a normal chair because of his weight. There's so many people like that, too, that have that problem, and they don't go through the Lange system to lose that weight. And it actually works. You have a diet that can help people lose massive amounts of weight in a reasonable amount of time.
Right. The Lange survival diet. It's a healthy way to lose weight. It's a lifestyle. And people can download that. Just go Lange survival diet on the internet. Or you can go to any of our websites, langeyecare.com, drmichaellange.com, or fortifeye.com. And at the top of the website, there's something that I've put together called the Lange Wellness and Longevity Plan. And it's 30 years of my experience in the industry in sports nutrition and being a certified nutrition specialist, eye care, developing vitamins, developing sports nutrition supplements, being an athlete myself. And so it's 30 years of all of my experience in that Lange Wellness and Longevity Plan. It talks about what foods to eat, what foods not to eat, what foods not to combine together. And it talks about exercise, what type of exercise, hydration, sleep, supplements. And it's free. You can just download it right off of our website, or you can get it at the Lange Eye Institute. Or when you order a vitamin, ask them to put the Lange Wellness and Longevity Plan in it. It's a little booklet that I put together. And I guarantee it will help you. If you follow that advice, if you follow it, and you have the willpower, you can make some dramatic changes in your life, and your health will be directly reflected in it. All right, phone lines are open. If you got a question, give us a call. My welcome co-host and guest and good friend is Roger P. Schulman, local radio celebrity for, how long? When did you start being on the radio in the Tampa Bay area?
1972, before anybody was born.
So give us a call, 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. You know, we always talk about, do you want to thrive or just survive? And we've pretty much come to some conclusions based on lots of good science and lots of good studies that a little bit of resistance training, it can be just 10 minutes a day, and walking a minimum of 3,000 steps a day, taking a good omega-3 fish oil, eating more fruits and vegetables will definitively help you live longer with less disease. So I always say, do you want to thrive or just survive? So I don't care who you are, you can do 10 minutes of resistance training, all right? Whether it's bands or dumbbells or the gym, you can walk 3,000 steps a day. Now, 8,000 steps are even better. 10,000 is the ultimate. You can eat the good quality fish or take a good omega-3, and you can eat more organic fruits and vegetables. And these things will also help ultimately, hopefully, decrease the risk of what we're talking about, colorectal cancer.
And other cancers, too. And a nice thing, you don't need to spend $1 million on a home gym or anything like that. A gallon jug of water is what 8 pounds? You can carry that around, lift it up and do things with that. A couple of jugs of water, and you've got yourself your own home gym almost.
Free. That's right. There's no excuses. Now, in the Journal of Circulation not too long ago, it was talking about decreasing the risk of disease and increasing your lifespan with fruits and vegetables. So that's not the carnivore diet, okay? I like the carnivore diet if you want to lose weight. I like the carnivore diet for your supper. The last meal of the day can just be protein, and it probably should be. But studies indicate if you only get 2 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, it decreases your risk of death from all causes by 13%. 35% decrease risk of death from COPD. But if you add 10 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, you get a 28% reduction in heart disease, 33% reduction in strokes, 31% reduced risk of premature strokes. So adding more fruits and vegetables. So that's where our Fortifeye Organic Blue-Green Superfood comes in. We don't talk about that enough. Our Fortifeye Organic Blue-Green Superfood is fully transparent. I repeat, fully transparent. I'm not going to mention any names, but there's a lot of vitamins and fruits and vegetables out there that come in capsules and come in powders, and they don't tell you what's in it. They tell you it's got everything in it. I mean, there's every fruit and vegetable known to man in it, but it doesn't tell you how much kale, how much pomegranate. So it gives you 5,000 milligrams and doesn't tell you. So you don't know what's in it. There's no transparency. So I always recommend staying away from that, because they could be putting 99% of the cheapest stuff and 1% of the good stuff. So at Fortifeye Vitamins, we're fully transparent. We tell you exactly what is in our supplements. If you look at our organic blue-green superfood, it tells you exactly how much of each nutrient. It tells you how much of the beta-glucans. It tells you how much of the organic mushrooms. It tells you how much probiotics and prebiotics, how much spirulina. So it's a berry flavor. It's a way to get these additional fruits and vegetables, the digestive enzymes, the probiotics, the beta-glucans for your immunity, the mushrooms for your immunity and your energy. So I want people to check it out, Fortifeye Organic Blue-Green Superfood. And also, we've talked for years about the omega-3 helping decrease all sorts of systemic health problems, not only in the eye and the entire body. I remember when I first met you, you had a terrible shoulder problem, and you were taking an omega-3 and you were taking some other things, but we quickly got you on the Fortifeye Super Omega, and what happened?
That made all the difference in the world. The symptoms went away. No more cortisone shots, no more pain and debilitation, no more thoughts of surgery. It basically went away. And I thought, what shoulder was that? The left one or the right one? It was kind of amazing how well that actually got rid of the problem. And I asked you during one of our shows a long time ago, if you had only one of your supplements to take, which one would it be? And you said the omega-3.
It would be the omega-3. That's absolutely correct. And now, if you could take two, what would be my second choice? Well, I love the Fortifeye Fit Pro. I really do. But it's strawberry watermelon flavor. We are coming out with pina colada. But some people just don't like flavors, all right? So now my second go-to would probably be our Fortifeye Creatine MyHMB vitamin D supplement. It's unflavored. So it doesn't taste bad. It doesn't taste good. Some people say it has a little bitter flavor. If you put it in your orange juice in the morning, it's great. But this can be used just about any age. I usually say 13 to 1 foot in the grave. My 98-year-old mom takes it. I take it. You take it. My wife takes it. My 19-year-old daughter, all my other kids take it. So the issue is creatine. Creatine now has been shown to have some amazing anti-aging benefits. But the problem is all creatine, just like omega-3, all omega-3 is not created equal. All creatine is not created equal. If it doesn't say Creapure creatine or Creavitalis, it's the same company. If it doesn't say that on the label, the creatine, it is made in China. I would not recommend it because studies indicate maybe they're not as pure as they should be. Now, they're trying to get better and better and better, but Creapure is made in Germany. Creapure has done all the clinical studies. It's what, a lot of the world-class athletes take, and there's some studies talking about it for cognitive abilities now. So creatine is not only for the muscle, it's the most studied supplement on the planet. Creatine is really, I call it the muscle miracle, all right? The research is ongoing, but there's tons of research out there for the muscle, for the bone, for the brain. Even can help reduce concussion if you get head trauma.
Really? I didn't know that.
Right. Traumatic brain injuries, very good for them. Mental and neurological disorders, even for depression. So if you're not taking a good form of creatine, I would recommend Creapure creatine. Of course, I recommend Fortifeye because we've also added HMB. So creatine monohydrate is what you need, and it can help build muscle without even exercising. So when you exercise a little bit, creatine is very beneficial, and it actually helps to block a myostatin, which is a protein that blocks muscle growth. So that's another reason it helps you build muscle at any age and strength. So think about it. We're getting older, we're getting weaker, and we're getting scrawnier and fatter. So creatine may be beneficial. And then we have HMB, and we have MyHMB in it, and that's a metabolite of leucine, also with some amazing science. So the HMB has studies that show not only for protein synthesis, but it reduces the breakdown of the muscle later after you've actually worked out. So it helps you recover much faster. It improves endurance. It improves strength and muscle synthesis. And when you combine it with creatine and vitamin D, it's a triple whammy fighting against age-related muscle loss called sarcopenia. Also, after surgery, this product would be really good post-surgery for recovery. For weight management, remember, it helps improve body composition, helps maintain muscle during weight loss. So great for everybody on the GLP-1 receptor drug, which is half the country now. So when you don't eat enough protein, what happens? You lose muscle.
And us old folks like me get the sarcopenia, where the butt disappears and you lose strength in your legs, and then you have falling problems and difficulties like that, difficulty getting out of a chair. And without exercise and some of these supplements, you can
the
have
big
some
problem when
problems.
you get older is, believe it or not, getting off the toilet. All right.
Really?
And so a lot of older people get hemorrhoids because they sit on the toilet way too long because they quite frankly can't get off the toilet. So I've seen a lot of my patients that have that problem, and their eye doctor solves it. So we put them on this Fortifeye Creatine, HMB, vitamin D supplement. And believe it or not, after you're on it for a few weeks, maybe a few months, you can get up and down much better, whether it's the bed, the chair, the toilet. You just don't want to be sitting on the toilet all day long. That would be crazy.
You have a nice library in there.
All right, phone lines are open. Give us a call at 877-969-8600. We're actually going to get ready to take a break to go to some ads from our advertisers, Fortifeye Vitamins. So 877-969-8600. We'll be back in a minute.
There's nothing more frustrating and irritating than chronic dry eye. It never stops. The itching, the scratching feeling, the fatigue and weariness. If you're suffering from chronic dry eye, go to Fortifeye.com and join thousands who've discovered Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy, a combination of Fortifeye Super Omega, Fortifeye Focus, and Fortifeye Blackcurrant Oil GLA. Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy works to address oxidation and inflammation in the eye and the entire body. This combination, once only available to patients in the doctor's office, has now become available to you. And already, countless numbers of listeners have found relief with Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy. If you or someone you care about struggles with dry, itchy, exhausted eyes, order Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Therapy today at Fortifeye.com. That's Fortifeye.com or call 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746 and at Fortifeye.com.
While others are hitting happy hour, you're hitting the gym. While they're hoisting mugs, you're lifting kettlebells. You owe it to yourself to get the most out of your fitness regimen before and after your workout with Fortifeye Fit. Fortifeye Fit's power-packed formula is designed to enhance muscle synthesis, strength, and endurance. All evidence-based nutrients in this proprietary formula are well documented and backed in good clinical studies, taken before and after your workout. Fortifeye Fit is also hailed for what it doesn't contain: no dyes, artificial flavors, or carrageenan. With Fortifeye Fit, you get all you need to get the most out of your workout without needless additives and sketchy sweeteners. Order Fortifeye Fit today at Fortifeye.com. That's Fortifeye.com or call 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. And at Fortifeye.com.
Hey, good morning and welcome back to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins, and Roger P. Schulman of Tampa Bay. Tell everybody good morning, Roger.
Good morning. And a lot of folks up north have been, this is the 24th day of January we were live. A lot of folks are going through a pretty big storm up. Our friends in Indianapolis and Chicago and all of the northern cities, Philadelphia, we're told are affected by some very bad weather. You're not getting much sunlight. You're not getting sun in your eyes, and get that seasonal affective disorder, and sometimes you need a little extra vitamin D this time of year.
That's right. So everybody up in the winter months, make sure you're taking your vitamin D supplement. I usually recommend about 2,000 units of vitamin D. A lot of people taking 5,000 and 10,000 units. Do not do that unless under medical supervision. Remember, vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. It can build up toxic levels. Too much vitamin D can actually cause some serious problems, and one being atrial fibrillation. Nobody wants their heart beating a little bit weird because that increases your risk of a stroke. So don't go out and take any more than 2,000 units a day. A little sunshine if you live in Florida is good, but it is a catch-22. Remember, too much sun, skin cancer. So we want to go a little bit less sunshine. I mean, not too much sunshine, right? Don't get sunburned. But, a half hour of sun is probably beneficial. So I want to talk about something. We're going to talk pretty quickly here. We've been working, and you've been kind of involved in some of the taste tests of a product called Fortifeye Fit Meal, all right? Fortifeye Fit Meal has been worked for 2.5 years. We are finally at manufacturing. We made 7 prototypes. We nailed the flavor. It's going to be chocolate and vanilla. This is going to be the first of its type in the industry. It's going to be a meal replacement targeting people that want to lose weight, all right? But also, if you're a business executive and you just don't have time to eat healthy and you're going through fast food, it's a good way to get a really high caliber, high protein, high antioxidant meal without all the calories, because it's going to be very low calories, low net carbs, no sugar, all natural. And it's got some amazing ingredients to help speed up a metabolism, help you lose weight, help build muscle all at the same time. But what we're doing now, we're also going to work on something that we're going to probably call something like Fortifeye Fit Bites. bites, and it's going to be like a gummy, and it's going to be chocolate raspberry flavor, a gummy that you simply eat once or twice between meals, because a lot of people are eating all this junk food in between meals and getting extra calories and blowing up. So now we'll have something that you can put in the doctor's office or at your house that's going to curb your appetite. We're putting something called Slendesta in. It's a potato extract that curbs your appetite, acting like a GLP-1 receptor agonist naturally. We're using real organic cocoa, real raspberries, and it's going to be delicious. The first prototype you'll try today when we get home, it's actually delicious. So it's a soft little gummy you'll chew once or twice in between meals to curb your appetite. It'll work in concert with the Fortifeye Fit meal.
Love those gummies. They're easy to take.
They really are. They really are. We don't have time. We're going to talk probably next week about some new studies that actually show kids' nutrition is very much lacking, and kids are not getting the carotenoids they need, the lutein, the zeaxanthin, and the astaxanthin. So something like Fortifeye Focus. But we're in the process of also working on some prototypes of gummies, because kids would rather have a gummy that has the exact combination of carotenoids that have been in kids' studies, and kids will be able to take them from 4 to 18. Roger, I want you to tell everybody goodbye.
Goodbye. It's been great being with everybody today.
Yes, thanks for being a guest. Thanks for being a co-host. I really do appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Ask the Doctor. Gosh, over the last 33 years, making us the #1 longest running medical live syndicated talk shows in the country. With that, I'm out of here. Have a great day. God bless you. God bless America. I'm Dr. Michael Lange, helping keep America fit and healthy.